stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Give me that. To the trends. See you leave, be the band.
Good evening, good evening. This is an impromptu show, if you will. We got some breaking news out of Detroit. The Detroit Tigers have signed Framber Valdez to a major league record. As far as left-handed pitchers are concerned, $38 million per year for 3 years. That totals out to 152. Let me look this up real quick. 115 for 3 years. That's $38 million per year, which is the highest AAV for a left-handed pitcher, as I said, as well as the highest for a Latin American pitcher. Reports from Jeff Passan, so you know it's official. But yeah, this is spicy. I was just about to settle down and watch the Red Wings game. I'm gonna try to pull that up so I can keep it track of that. But this is major right here. Now let's talk about the timing. We had the arbitration meeting between Tarek Skubal and Major League Baseball to decide on whether or not he was going to be paid $32 million or $19 million. And on that day, they made Framber Valdez, former Astro, former player of AJ Hinch, they made Framber Valdez the richest left-handed Latino pitcher in Major League Baseball history. Spicy. Now whatever happened, that announcement that will be announced tomorrow between Skubal and the Tigers. But at any rate, we have a potential ace for the next couple years. Now, push comes to shove, Skubal, best case scenario, Skubal gets his $32 million and they give Framber his bag regardless. And then we can still maybe hold out hope for Skubal re-signing with us in the offseason. At any rate, we have a headlining starter for the future. So that's huge. He's a lefty, just like Skubal is. So that's interesting. But yeah. This is massive. Hopefully Skubal gets his bag. Framber's certainly got his bag. And this is a major move. We knew what we had in Skubal. Push comes to shove, he loses arbitration, and Skubal wants out, and we have to trade. Trade for a haul. Either way, we have a ace. I'm gonna pull up his page, but he is. Hold on. He's a workhorse. He's a Framber Valdez stats. All right. $23 in the building right now. All right. Trying to pull up. All right. So he's been a Houston Astro his entire career. Let's look at his statistics since 2022. Oh man, what are the stats? Career, there you go. Since 2021, 11-6, 17-6, 12-11, 15-7, 13-11, all above 500 records. and all sub 350 ERAs. 100 plus innings pitched in all of them. He's got a couple where he's flirted with 200 innings pitched. This guy is a workhorse. This guy is going to take the ball. A lot of times he's had experience taking the ball in playoff situations. He has a World Series ring. We know AJ Hinch had something to do with this situation happening. We also know there was a controversy between him and his catcher, the cross up. I thought it was a little bit overplayed, but it was certainly something that was heavily talked about around the league, and he hung around. They said that it certainly affected him from getting paid early on, but ultimately he did get the bag from Detroit. Shout out to Scott Harris for pulling the trigger. When you look at the analytics, he didn't have a great year last year. He did still go 13-11, but he keeps the ball on the ground. He avoids barrels, and he's got the stuff to induce a heavy chase rate. Pretty steady as far as the avoiding barrels and ground ball rate. He's got a gigantic stadium. He's been pitching in a hitter friendly park. Pitcher hitter friendly park. He's going to be going to one of the more pitcher friendly parks, which should only help. Now you see the ground ball rate. Obviously, the most popular pitch is that sinker. But as you can see, the pitching run value is through the roof. I think a lot of it has to do with the ballpark, in my opinion, but I could be mistaken. Hello, Joaquin. But yeah, this is huge. The Tigers were shorthanded in the pitching department. We had some injuries last year, Jackson Jobe, Reese Olson. Now we have two bona fide aces at the top of our pitching staff. Our bullpen, we've already rounded out our bullpen with Kyle Finnegan and Kenley Jansen, and now you bring in another great, consistent workhorse of a pitcher to go along with that. Now the missing piece is the bats, or to see where we land with the bats. The Tigers dominated the first half of the year. Casey Mize was an all-star last year. If he can do the same, our pitching staff is going to be unbelievable. If Reese Olson can stay healthy, it is going to be ridiculous. This is the move we needed with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Baltimore Orioles, and obviously everything that the Dodgers have done. This was the move we needed to compete and be a bona fide World Series threat. We needed some power. We needed some star power more than anything. If you're going to combat with the likes of, with the likes of the upper echelon, Seattle, Cal Raleigh, and Julio Rodriguez and Brendan Donovan, you're going to need some dynamic pitchers. We had Tarek Skubal, but did we really have anybody else? Last year we had the guy from the Twins. I can't think of his name, but we had some guys that were not worthy of pitching in high leverage situations. And now we have a true top of the. Obviously, Skubal's is the best pitcher in baseball right now. But if you could pick one person to be a predecessor to him, Framber Valdez is that guy. Let's pull it up here. Where is he from? Is he from Venezuela? Does not say. Oh, Dominican Republic. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say, man. Just know that me and Coach are definitely going to be doing a live show on Sunday, breaking this all down. Coach was definitely in a down mood last Sunday with how free agency has gone. Not a lot of splash, and I'd love to go back and see what we said about Framber Valdez, because I think at that there were reports that we were interested in him, and of course we knew that with the Scooble thing looming, that there was, that it could all be for none. So that'll be real interesting to see how the announcements go tomorrow about the results of that arbitration case. But hopefully, either way, there might be some sour feelings because the Tigers did aim so low on it. So if we lose and he gets his 32 million consolation prize, we got Framber Valdez. We'll figure everything else out as is. Mike Ilitch opened up the wallet, went out and got one of the top pitchers outside of Dylan Cease, who went very early. You had Ranger Suarez and not much else. There were reports first about Lucas Giolito and Bassett, and we were kind of just looming over that. But we went out and got a big name, and I'm excited. So I'm not going to hold you guys. I want to get to this Red Wings game, but we will be back, and you guys will be the first to know the results of the Tarek Skubal arbitration hearing. We'll bring you some breaking news, and in the form of a I added it to the hip hop page by accident. That's hilarious. Oh man. I guess save it and add it to the page. That's all right. But yeah, to subscribe to the channel. Full show coming up real soon. It might be before Sunday, honestly, but breaking news: Framber Valdez signed to the Detroit Tigers, 3 years, 155 million. 115 million, making him the highest paid left-handed pitcher in Major League history. We out.
Get your lick back. If a nigga gon' do something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat.